Welcome to the How to Replace Both Physical Machines, also known as nodes, in a ztC 110i environment training module. This training module covers how to replace both physical machines, also known as nodes, of a deployed production ztC 110i system. At completion of the procedure, each node will be replaced without requiring any VM downtime or incurring a production outage. Neither node has failed. However, at completion of the exercise, new nodes will have been integrated within the ztC 110i environment. Before beginning the procedure, there are some special considerations to be aware of. Sometimes, one or more VMs may be configured and intentionally shut down or not running. If this situation applies to your system, it is extremely important that every VM be started and allowed to complete a full disk synchronization at key points identified within this procedure. And it is always good practice to have a recent backup in compliance with your normal backup plan before beginning planned maintenance. Stratus recommends you back up each VM as you deem important before starting this procedure. And please note, this procedure requires approximately 4 hours to complete, with much of the time waiting for recovery of redundancy between the nodes. We'll start by replacing node 1 in the environment, and when completed, we'll then move on to replacing node 0. Before you begin the procedure, make sure the following conditions are met. Verify both nodes are healthy. Verify the version of the system is 2.0.0, 2.0.1, or 2.1.0. And also make sure that your VMs are running and fully synchronized. Let's now see how to do these. To verify both nodes are healthy, connect to the system using the system IP address. Use your locally configured credentials, the same as you would for any other session, to access the ztC console. In the ztC console masthead, verify the version of your ztC installation. Remember, your system should be 2.1.0, 2.0.1, or 2.0.0 to continue on with this procedure. Verify the system and both nodes are healthy by looking for the green check marks. There will also be a message in the masthead stating system is healthy. If the system is not healthy, troubleshoot and repair any issues prior to proceeding. We'll now verify the VMs are running and fully synchronized. To do this, go to the Volumes page and make sure all the volumes show 100% finished under the disk synchronization column. If all volumes do not show 100%, wait for synchronization to fully complete before continuing. Next, you'll need to manually load balance the VMs. To do this, go to the Virtual Machines page. Click on a VM to select it. Click on the Load Balance tab. Record the current load balance value indicated here. You will restore this setting in a later step. Next, select Manually Place on Node 0 from the list of options, and click Save. After a successful migration, the flag icon and double arrows icon will reside on Node 0. Repeat these steps for each VM on your system. When finished, all VMs should be placed on Node 0. Before continuing, verify any HA VMs that were active on Node 1 migrated successfully before proceeding. We'll now remove Node 1. Important: if you are uncertain which physical machine is Node 1, log into the Linux console using the system IP address and use the following command: avcli led-fast-flash followed by Node 1, and then hit Enter. An identifying LED will flash rapidly on the front panel of Node 1 for up to 30 seconds, or until power is removed. To do this, use PuTTY or your preferred SSH client to log into the system. Access the system using the system IP address you used to access the ztC console. Log in as root. Enter the default password of keep running. Please note that the password is case sensitive. If you've modified the password after installation, specify your local value. Execute the avcli command. The sysled on the front panel of Node 1 will flash rapidly for up to 30 seconds. This confirms which physical machine has had its VMs moved, and it is safe to pull power. To prepare for removal of Node 1, pull power from Node 1. After powering off Node 1, disconnect all Ethernet cables from the node, making careful note of the physical port each cable was removed from, as you will reinstall the same cable in the corresponding port of the new replacement node. Also, if Node 1 is mounted to a bracket of any kind, unmount the node now and set it aside. We will now move on to installing the new Node 1. Unbox one of the replacement nodes provided to you by Stratus. If necessary, mount the replacement Node 1 to comply with your needs for production operation. Reconnect all Ethernet cables. Carefully reinstall the same cables in the ports noted when removing them a few moments ago. Apply power to the new replacement Node 1. Please note, if Node 1 was the primary, also known as the system management node, it is normal and expected that the ztC console access will be lost. You may verify continued VM operations via LAN access to your VMs. However, allow approximately 5 minutes to recover normal ztC console functionality. Do not attempt to make changes during this expected period when the ztC console is unavailable. If the ztC console connection was lost, reconnect your browser session at this time. Monitor the system via the ztC console while a reconfigured node integrates successfully. Using the ztC console dashboard, notice that while the node is being reconfigured, it will disappear from the ztC console. This is expected. Node 1 will return approximately 30 minutes later and begin to synchronize volume data. When the node first returns, you may briefly see network errors indicated. This is normal, and after a few minutes the physical machines page will look like the following. You should now verify both nodes are joined. This can be done through the ztC console, which displays the functioning status of both nodes. This can be seen from the dashboard, as well as from the physical machines page. From the volumes page, verify VM storage, the disks, have begun to synchronize or have finished synchronization. Next, on the VMs page, check to see if any VM was shut down during the node replacement. If so, use the ztC console to start it now. This will ensure all storage for all VMs has been synchronized to Node 1. When complete, the system will again appear healthy on the ztC console dashboard page. And the volumes page will show all volumes have been synchronized. This can be identified by the green check mark under the state column and the 100% finished under disk synchronization. An important note at this point of the procedure: do not proceed with the later node replacement steps until after all VMs have completely synchronized all of their volumes onto the reconfigured Node 1. Use the ztC console to verify all volumes are up to date. Failure to achieve full redundancy will logically destroy VMs in later steps. While monitoring for disk synchronization to complete, perform an offline license check. This properly registers the new node serial number to comply with future licensing requirements. To perform a license check, navigate to the product license page, found under Preferences. Click the Download URL File button. Save the file on your client computer. Please note that download steps are browser-specific. If your client computer does not have internet access, copy the HTML file to a computer with internet access. Once on a system with internet access, click on the Downloaded HTML file. This will download an a.key license file for your asset. Save the a.key file returned by the Stratus licensing server to your system. There's nothing further you need to do with this file. It is important to download the file, but not necessary to use it. Simply downloading it from the license server is all it is necessary. Once the ztC 110i environment is healthy, and you've verified all VMs have been synchronized, you are now ready to move on to node removal and replacement of node 0. The same steps performed on node 1 will be done on node 0. To remove and replace node 0, manually load balance VMs to be active on node 1. Please note you can view the procedure at the 3-minute 17-second point of this video. If necessary, identify node 0. Remove power from node 0. Disconnect the Ethernet cables from node 0, making sure to note the ports that the cables were pulled from. Remove node 0 and replace with the new node from Stratus. Package the removed node to be shipped back to Stratus. Reconnect the Ethernet cables, ensuring the cables are installed in the same ports as the original node. Apply power to the new node 0 and monitor the system while the node integrates successfully. Verify both nodes have joined. Verify VM storage, which of the disks begin to synchronize. Start any shutdown VMs. While monitoring for disk synchronization to complete, perform an offline license check on node 0. VM load balancing was altered earlier in the procedure. Reapply your local load balancing preferences. And finally, follow the return shipping instructions provided with the replacement nodes. This completes the how to replace both physical machines or nodes in a ztC 110i environment. Thank you for viewing this module.